Yo, 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 what's good? What's popping with the people? What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? It's Rashad. It's Dave. We in the building. Dave, what's good with you,
Another
man?
one. Crazy way to get home, but I'm here. I made it back just in time.
Yeah.
Just in time. Really good
Yep.
weekend, man. Fun times.
Yeah. So those of y'all that don't know or don't follow us on Twitter, Dave was in town this weekend to check out the Aggie Eagle Classic. And Dave, we must start off this show eating a little bit of crow, eating a little bit of eagle, so to speak. So
Yeah.
shout out to the North Carolina Central University Eagles, which is our rival. They took us out pretty much. I pretty much say they dominated us, Dave. They dominated
I,
us
I
pretty good.
will I will say this. I would like to thank Jackson State University for showing what dominance looks like. Because the guy at
True.
least said we only lost by 15, but the game wasn't as close as what the score showed. I think we had a lot of missed opportunities, and I'm gonna probably get into that later on tonight in another show. But we had a lot of missed opportunities, man. We had a lot of chances to make this game close. We just made too many mistakes. Way too many
Yep. So
mistakes.
yeah. So shout out to Central, man. They beat us. And listen, I mean, let's keep it a buck though. Y'all do got like half our coaches. Y'all took our coaches,
Y'all
so y'all
do.
got y'all got the keys. So it is what it is. We'll be back. We back though. It's all good. Y'all got us though. Shout out to Central, man. It was live. It was
Dope.
live though. It was live. It was lit down there. It was
Oh
lit.
no, it
I
was yo
shot
yo.
video.
The atmosphere was dope. The weekend as a whole. I went to a couple events. I went to the Step Show. We went to Fan Fest. We ended up, and then we went to the game. So it was a lot of dope events going on in Charlotte. We'll be back in five. We'll be back in Charlotte in 5 years for the Aggie Eagle Classic, the Dukes Mayo Aggie Eagle Classic in Charlotte again in 2027. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it was a pretty good weekend, man. It was a good trip. I mean, I had a snag on the way home, but that was minor details.
Yep. So shout out to Central, man. Y'all deserved it. Y'all. I
Y'all,
mean, it
y'all,
was.
y'all earned it, and now I have to legitimately say you guys might be a threat to win the MEAC, man. Y'all
I
look
mean,
good.
it's
Y'all look
like
really
six
good.
teams, and they ain't. I mean, South Carolina State really the only competition. Let's keep it
Oh,
a
I
buck.
didn't tell you. Man. I ran into
I saw it on
the
Twitter.
safeties. Oh, the safeties coach. Yeah, man. I ran the safeties coach at Morgan State. He saw my hat. We talked a little bit. I guess he'd been on the staff with Bowie State with Damon Wilson for a while. I pretty much said, bro, in about a year, you guys might be a problem in that conference once he gets a year of recruiting in. But all right, other than that, man,
Yeah,
everything good.
shout out to
Hopefully
Nolly
back.
with the super chat. Shout out to Nolly for the
Yep.
super chat. Shout out to Yogi Bear with this super chat as well. Did I miss
Chicken.
any?
No, I think
Yep,
them the
yeah,
only
we got
two I
it. We got
saw.
to eat the chicken. Yeah, they got us, man. They got us. It is what it is. Yeah, Central Band is trash. Nobody. I mean, it ain't. It's only like maybe maybe two other bands I would consider better than the A&T band. That's gonna be Jackson State and Southern. Outside of that, if you're talking about field shows, like we probably got the
We the
best
best at that.
field show.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah,
you
we got the
talking
best
about
field show.
stands, that's when it gets. We not that good in the stand, as good in the stands. But
They,
Central,
but
I
I
mean,
will
excuse me,
say,
Southern and Jackson State are nice.
at the battle of the bands, they matched up A&T and Southern, and I guess everybody said that joint was intense.
Yeah,
So,
nah, Southern's the
but
problem, man.
the volume is always the strength of Southern and Jackson.
Yeah, yeah, both of those their
Always been.
bands are huge. They're heavy brass. They ain't got that many
Mm-hmm.
woodwinds, so it's it. I'm a band head. I used to want to go to Southern like real bad, like out of high school. I wanted to go to Southern. That was the school I wanted to go to March, but I never did it. I didn't want to pay no Ohio State tuition. So it is what it is. Shout out to, and this is true. This is true.
That
Winston
is true.
State cheerleaders are nice. They got the Sierra feature. I think Sierra had their cheerleading squad one of their videos. I do
Mm-hmm.
rock with Winston State cheerleaders, so y'all right. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this rest. This good HBCU chat. Shout out to all HBCU followers. We'll continue to rock with that. Like I said, Jackson State had a. I tweeted earlier today, man. I watched the Jackson State game in full, and yeah, they look tough. And I tweeted that they should probably skip the Celebration Bowl and take their talents
But they
to.
can't.
Why can't they?
They can't. It's required by contract that the SWAC champion has to go to
See,
the
I didn't know
celebration
that.
bowl.
I didn't know that.
Trust me,
I would
man.
fight
Like
that.
the only way, and that what it and I tweeted. It reminds me of the 2017 A&T year because we went undefeated that year, beat an FBS
Yeah, but
team,
nah,
beat a
these
top.
dude, yeah, this is different. I get that, but Jackson State is different, bro. They got recruits on their roster that have no business playing college football. Like that's how good they are. Like so, like Jackson State looks different. They different. Trust
Oh
me,
no, they're
they
good.
look different.
There's no question. Look, the fact that I stopped watching the game at 24-3. I started getting everything situated. I had a fantasy draft out. I finished packing, make sure I had everything. I head to the airport and it's 59-3. The fact that happened, that's all I need
Yeah, it
to
was
know.
bad. It was like block punts, to intercept. Their backup quarterback, I think he had 3 consecutive drives of every time he snapped the football, he turned it over. And whether it was a fumble, an interception, and then another interception, every time he like 3 consecutive plays, he turned the football over each time he touched it, and it was their backup. They didn't weren't confident enough in their starter, so it was ugly. Jackson State's the real deal, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. And then shout out to Florida State LSU last night. Florida State LSU, that was an amazing game. Amazing game. Like I know it was the mid off because both of those teams are not very good. But that I'm telling y'all, man, that game was amazing. If you ain't watch it, you gotta go back and watch it. And
Best
don't look
game
at
I
the
saw was
scores.
best game I saw was in the
Nah.
bar. I like seeing bonanza scores like that, bro.
Nah,
like that, huh?
We watched the North Central, or
UNC,
excuse me,
UNC,
UNC
App State.
Appalachian State. We watched that game, and then we also watched NC State and ECU. We watched both. Those are good games. Those were good games. But I'm telling you, the ending to that FSU LSU game. If you don't watch any spoilers, go back and watch that game. Go back and watch the fourth quarter, and you're gonna be like, yo, this game is wild. Yo, that game is wild, bro. Like wow. Wow.
All right.
Shout out to great game. I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but that game was crazy. That game was crazy. Right. But great weekend of football.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think Clemson playing tonight too. So shout out to Clemson. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get this thing going, man.
Carry on.
Oh, just because you like the Cox, Dave.
No. I'm from Columbia.
Nah, it's because you like the Cox.
Shout out to Henry Anderson. He signed.
Henry Anderson signed Dave, and that that was not surprising because I basically called that last week. You're welcome.
You said we needed more defensive end.
I said that we were not going to the season with 6 defensive tackles, and then Matt Rule echoed that. We all knew that. We all knew that they were going to get some other talent. I did. Dave was acting like he didn't know, but I called it last week that we was going to bring in another defensive end because we have 5 and 5 instead of 6 and 4. Right, and he does play inside as well, but primarily he's an outside edge guy, and so but
3-4 guy too.
3-4 guy, 6'6". I think 303 pounds if I'm not mistaken. He was drafted by the Jets in 2000 and what year was that? Did he get drafted? I think it was 2015. He got drafted. Yeah, 2015 in the 3rd round, and he was placed on IR that year. And then he went on IR again in 2017. After that, they traded him to the Jets in 2018, and he was released by New York Jets in 2021. Then he signed with New England in 2021, and then placed on IR with them because he had a chest injury. And then he got released by New England, and now he signed with us. So he's got a pretty big injury history. But I think Matt Rule is. Again, he's this guy, man, where he really wants the traits. You give me the 6'6", 303 pound guy I'm building in Madden, and I can work with it. And so he's got a lot of injuries, bro. I gotta look up his injury history, bro. It's extensive.
We ain't gotta go through all those
3-4 times. But yeah, it's not a good look.
This is his third team, right? Carolina's third team.
This is his third. Yes, his third team, correct.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. Drafted in the 3rd round. And so he's got 11 and a half career sacks. I posted the highlight video. I mean, he's a better run stopper than he is pass rusher, which is what they wanted. That's what they wanted. Mm-hmm. They want a run stopper. And we can just go into these grades real quick because I know I got the grades up. But this is the grades. Again, better run defense than he is pass rusher. And if you go back to his rookie year in 2015, it was nice. I mean, he had 77 grade, and then it just goes kind of downhill from there. His first year with the Jets, he was solid. It seems like his first year, each place he goes is pretty decent, and then it just kind of falls off from there. He is 31 years old, so that's a bit. It's kind of makes you wonder a little bit, but I think it at this point pickings are kind of slim. Which is why I don't understand why it took so long to make this happen. It was an obvious gap, and we all talked about it during the draft, during training camp that we need edge rusher help, and we could have had Dunlap, we could have had a couple other guys, and we just didn't for some reason do it. And
well, now you got to remember, bro. You got to remember. Let's be clear. They have to want to play for us. Right? Like, we can't just say, oh, well, we could have signed this guy, we could have signed that guy. The player gets to make the decision too. So it's the fourth team. Yeah, I stand corrected. Forgot about the Colts.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the correction.
Yep. So but the thing is that what it boils down to is that the players got to want to play for us, Well,
so, I think though I agree with you, but if you come in for a visit, I mean, usually it's not even getting us a time of day. It don't even get that far, but now that he's we got a visit with Dunlap. So I listen, man, I could see the combinations, right? Because Dave, you talked about it last week. I think you were right. Like, you talked about how we could put stand up guy like Brian Burns and a couple other guys. So if you put Derek Brown in the middle, you put Henry Anderson out there on one of the ends, and then you put Yetur on the other end, and then you put Brian Burns standing up, and then you have Luvu coming off the other edge. I mean, you got something. And again, like I said, I think we got to get away from tagging these dudes with particular positions, because they want to play positionless football. You want to get guys out there and just go to work. You want to play the matchup game. So we talk about 3-4, 4-3. I don't really think it matters. I think you got to get the guys out there and kind of play. You got to play chess. If they're playing a certain formation, you got to match it, and you got to dominate with the personnel you have. So, but yeah. So 89J says we got the blitz a lot. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think that it could go both ways, because you got the secondary is pretty good, right? Secondary could make that quarterback hold on to the football that a little bit longer, and it could give our edge rushers a little bit more time. So I think it's going to play hand in hand. We'll see. But I don't disagree. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, I think that, again, I've said this a lot. Okay. The Panthers, and we've done this. This is not tied to Matt Rule. This is not tied to anyone, regime, GM, or anything like that. It's just what we do in general. We like to throw all of our eggs at one particular issue. Oh, we can't run the football. All right. Oh, excuse me. We can't stop the run. Oh, let's go ahead and get all these guys. Let's do this. We're going to focus on this and kind of let other things slide. Luckily, I think we built enough of the secondary up to kind of, go out there and help against the run, right? But losing a guy like Hassan Reddick, that hurts. But again, at the same time, we were not that great against the run. So it's kind of sacrificing one for the other. Now, you won't necessarily have a pass rush, which is why what 89J Stubbs said was accurate. You got to blitz more, because we're not going to be able to get that rush like we used to. So it's crazy, man. It's I don't know. It's a give and take. We always go to one side heavy. Like we put all our eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. I'm not mad at this move. If you look at the film, he's decent. You don't bring him in as the guy. Like, he's a rotational piece. So I'm not necessarily mad at it. I'm not mad at the pickup, because pickings are slim at this point anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much you can do. So, and I don't know what we paid him. I don't know the compensation. None of that. I didn't see any of that come out. So
yeah, that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah. So, no, he's not a DT. He's actually a defensive end.
He's a defensive end.
He's defensive end. He's not a DT. Go ahead, Dave.
All right. Nah, this is good. I mean, I think we needed the help. You were right about the DT situation. I was right about the fact that we're going to probably try to be more stout in the front and try to have more folks standing up. That's a good point, Jared.
Yeah, this a very good point. That's why I highlighted it. This is exactly what that is. It's like a Stephen Weatherly pickup. Like he's a rotational guy. He's got a little bit of history where he played well, and and then I mean the man had 48 pressures in 2018, so he's got it in him. It's like, can we get it? Can we get it out of him in rotation? He might be solid. We don't know, but I think you're spot on with that.
Shout out to Corey for the super chat. I think players are more willing to come here more than we think. I believe that Fit wants to hold that money, not spend a ton of money on vets. Well, he's got to hold it because he's got cap. He's already over the cap for next year, so he's got to take that into account as well. And a lot of these vets want to get a lot of money, want to get paid too. So there's that.
We got the money.
I mean,
More Morgan Fox and Stephen Weatherly. Yeah, so that's the same. I agree. Like, why would you even get rid of Morgan Fox if you're gonna? Yeah, cheaper maybe, but I don't know the contract details. But yeah, I think it's very similar. I think he's a bit more versatile than Morgan Fox. Morgan Fox is a bit lighter. He's 6'6", 303. I'm not sure what Morgan Fox's measurables are, but I don't think he measures up to homie Henry Anderson. We'll see. Right. We'll see.
Next up, because we got way more transactions today than I thought.
Yeah, it's a lot more. A lot more.
Yeah, we gotta keep it rolling.
So this is the thing. This is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing right here. This is what we did, right? So I'm not mad at the pickup for your boy Henry Anderson, but what happened after that had me a little befuddled, Dave. I was a little befuddled that we let go of Dayvion Nixon. Like, why would we let go of Dayvion Nixon? They preferred, Phil Hoskins and my big dude McCall over Dayvion Nixon. So this is when I don't understand. Like, I really don't, because Dayvion Nixon showed some promise in these games, and I know he's hurt. He dealt with he has some injury issues. He's coming off an injury. This is one I don't understand. Dave, help me out, bro. I don't get this one.
What makes you think I do?
I mean, you be coming
other than the fact that this is another draft pick that didn't work out and gone too soon. Now, it was a late draft pick, but it's another draft pick that's gone too soon.
Another draft pick, Dave, and that's exactly right. When you talk about these draft picks, man, it's starting to add up,
bro.
This is starting to add up.
We out here looking like the Patriots and shit when it comes to draft picks.
It's starting to add up. It's starting to add up, Dave. Going back to the 2020 draft. 2020 draft, you got Troy Pride out of here. Kenny Robinson out of here. Right? And then you go to 2021, you got now Dayvion Nixon out of here. And then you got Deontay Brown came back to the practice squad, but 2021, you got some guys up out of here. And then you got, even in our latest draft, you got Kaylon Barnes, who's out of here. Like, these joints are starting to add up. And again, like, it's all good. These guys, some of these guys are late, but that stuff adds up. And when you do what we're doing, when it comes to team and roster building, and when you're talking about kicking the can down the road for some of these guys, bro, you have to draft well. Like, it's imperative that the guys that you draft even late hit. That's how the Saints are able to continue to do this, is because they draft well, right? So it's important. Like, it seems minor.
NFL championships are not built in the first round. They're built in the 4th through 7th round. They're built on the final day of the draft. I know we always go in and talk about the first 3 rounds and all that. That's cute. But the reality is, NFL rosters are built in rounds 4 through 7. The core of that roster is built through there. There's a lot of Hall of Famers that come through those rounds. A lot. Including one that makes that masked the Patriots terrible drafting over the last 20 years. And now it's starting to come into fruition. But the Rams were F them picks. They're F them picks. They about that F them
the
picks.
Rams.
They're not.
So again, this goes back to what Dave said earlier about a destination guys want to go to. When you talk about desirable locations, Dudes are willing to sacrifice to go to the Rams. It's LA, it's McVay, people want to go there. Like when I know my man said, people want to play for the Panthers. Nah, they want to play for the Rams.
Not compared to LA.
That's where exactly. So when it comes to them, they get those guys. Those guys want to play for them. And it's a more desirable location, LA, right? A more desirable situation with the coaching, more desirable situation with the team building. So they can build that way because guess what? Those guys are sacrificing funds to go there. It's different, right? So it's you're right. He's absolutely right. Bradley's right. Bradley Barber's right. He's 1,000% right. But they've embodied that. They don't care about that. They trade them all the way. They acquire these guys that want to come here, and they can do that every single year because guys are willing to sacrifice. It's completely different from what we're doing here. But he's absolutely right. Absolutely right. But yeah, man. So this one threw me off. Even if he clears waivers, like you're gonna have to get rid of somebody else because guess what? The practice squad is full. Very good segue.
Oh, they did fill it up.
They filled it up. Yeah. So
last time I checked, there was 2 spots.
Nope. They filled them. Marquise Blair is a 2019 second round pick, and he was with the Seahawks. And we picked him up. He finished on injured reserve the last 2 seasons with knee injuries. So that's Marquise Blair. That's who we picked up. That's one of them. And then we picked up a 6'5", 220-pound Preston Williams. So if you look at the guy they released,
I know who he is. He played for the Dolphins. I remember him. He had injury problems for Miami. Yeah, he played for the Dolphins.
Yeah, torn ACL. Yeah. So Preston Williams, he's when you look at the guy he replaced Rashad Henry was 6'3", 2-something. So it appears that they're trying to keep a bigger body on the practice squad. So they went out and got Preston Williams. Again, Preston Williams had 56 catches for 787 yards and 7 touchdowns. And then most of the catches came during his rookie year where he caught 32 passes for 428 yards in 7 games before he went on injured reserve with a torn ACL. So he's again decent. I don't mind taking a flyer on that kind of guy. But the practice squad is fully announced, and So any thoughts on these new guys and or some of these guys that you see on the practice squad? Is one name missing. BZ did not make it back to the practice squad, Dave. I'm a bit perturbed about that, but it is what it is.
Well, yeah. He hasn't gotten signed yet either, so hopefully he can.
No, he hasn't gotten signed. I believe his hammy. I did send him a DM. He responded back. I'm gonna keep that in confidentiality. But my speculation is that his hammy might be a little bit worse than what they were leading off. But yeah, man. So shout out to BZ. But yeah, man. So if you look at this practice squad, I think it's pretty decent. You got Derek Wright,
I'm happy.
And you got. Go ahead.
I'm happy that Tay Hayes made it, but we knew that already when they cleared the waivers. Deontay Brown giving back in is interesting. Nobody wanted him. That is wild to me. Nobody wanted him, bro. That is wild to me. Larkin, I expected. Preston Williams is going to be a sleeper catch if he can get healthy. Because he showed a lot of spark in Miami in the short stint in the opportunity that he had prior to his injuries. Josh Babbitt's I kind of expected to be there. Getting Colin Thompson back is good. So Tecklenburg, that's interesting that he made it through as well. That says, by the way, some of the players that we had that made it back around, that says a lot. It says a lot about Rule more than anything else. But I digress.
CJ Saunders too. CJ Saunders made it back.
Yeah, Saunders too.
Either, but Saunders made it back. Justin Bird, surprised he has a veteran, 31 years old, back on the practice squad. That was a bit surprising to me. No, it wasn't. I take that back. Aaron Mosby, another guy, linebacker. He was having a good preseason, so I like the practice squad, man. We gotta, some of those guys we're gonna have to protect every week in and week out, but especially if injuries start happening. But yeah, man, I like this practice squad. I'm not mad at it at all. Not mad at all. All right, so let's talk. There's one guy that's missing on this day. One guy that's missing, Kenny Robinson. We talked about the guys that were drafted and they're starting to get cut. And some of these draft picks, these 5th round guys, we need to translate. Like we got to have some of those guys come back and perform, right? And so Kenny Robinson, I tweeted this out right after he got cut from the practice squad. He was a 5th round pick in 2020, got cut. Made it the same year he got drafted, right? Which is crazy. That as a 5th round pick, you get cut. That's wild. He made it back to the active roster in 2020. Ended up getting waived at the end of 2020. Back to the active roster in 2021. Waived in 2021. He got, didn't make the squad initial 53. Made it to the practice squad, but then got cut from the practice squad. So like it's crazy, bro. Like and this guy, Kenny Robinson's an older guy too. You got to remember because he played in the XFL. This guy is not not necessarily a young kid. I mean, he's what, 20? Oh, he's still young, 23 years old.
No, he's still young because he was
my bad.
He went to the XFL because he didn't feel like he was going to get drafted high enough, and then he got drafted in the 5th round.
That's right.
And then this all happened. So he's young. Like he was out here fighting too much with New England, man.
Man, I don't think that had nothing to do with it, man. I think they like that. I just don't know that. I don't know, man. It sucks. It sucks, bro. It sucks. It's crazy to be passed around like that, man. Same team too. I wouldn't be.
But he ain't gone anywhere. He's pretty much getting passed around on the same roster,
right?
So it ain't like he's like going all over the NFL.
He did have issues in college at West Virginia.
That's why he went to the XFL.
That's why he went to XFL. Yeah, that's right. That's why I thought he was older than what he is. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep. Dave, quick fantasy advice.
6, 5th or 6th, 5th, 6th, around that range for Kyle Pitts. Not before. I wouldn't take him before Andrews and Kelsey. I'll probably target him after that, maybe. But nah, no more than 5th or 6th. Still stands.
Man. So shout out to Kenny Robinson, man. Hopefully he lands. Again, I think we're starting to move on for some of these guys. I think had it been left up to Matt Rule, I think there's a little bit more Fitterer kind of laying it down and like, we got some of these guys we got to move on from. So again, at the end of the day, the word on the street is that Matt Rule has final say. So, but I'm really starting to think you're going to see a lot of these guys we're going to start moving on from. Go ahead, Dave. You're muted, but no, there are no open spots.
No, yeah. So I want to answer this question real quick because I talked about on Twitter that I'm going to do an auction league. So give me 1 second. Send me a DM. Yeah, I'm going to do an auction league. I'm going to have it. I'm planning to try to do it Wednesday night. I haven't set the league up yet, but send me a DM with your email, and I'm going to try to set the league up later tonight. So I want to try to do at least 10. So there you go. That answers your question. It's going to be auction though. So get ready for a night.
Yeah, we already talked about the Henry Anderson signing. You just missed it. Sorry,
yeah, you just missed it, man. Just rewind it back, man. You can wind it back anytime you want.
Rewind it. So Dave, here is the offensive depth chart that was released since the 53-man roster was announced, and we still playing games with the center, Pat Eflin, Bradley Bozeman. We don't know who's going to start week 1. Listen, as much as we hope Bradley Bozeman is the week 1 starter, like, fam, they didn't play. He didn't play in the preseason with the 1s. He played with the 2s. Like, and that's a really important position, man. You calling out the protections. Like, you need those, again, I say it again, you need those reps to kind of go through it. Like, you got to have, you calling out protections. You got to the snap chemistry with Baker. Like, that did happen a lot because they both played with the 2s. So that's important. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. What's up with this, with this double center situation, Dave?
Same reason when we had the double quarterback situation. They don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I mean, as simple as that for me. I mean, Eflin's got the starting job. He won a job, bro. As simple as that. I know it's hard to accept as a fan. Like, for me, my goal was to have Eflin and Eflin and Irving not being there as a starter. I'll take 1 for 2. Eflin wasn't a bad center last year, but it is what it is, bro. I mean, but Bozeman obviously either he wasn't healthy or he just not that good.
Even before he was out, I'm talking about before he was out.
Doesn't matter. You gotta be. But you
No,
gotta
but what
be
I'm saying is,
available.
but what I'm saying is, before he was out, he was not getting reps with the ones. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's what I'm saying is more important. Like he didn't get reps with the ones when he was healthy. He was running with the twos. That's my point. Now he's healthy. Yes, now he's healthy. But again, and we can't tell. We don't know what's happening now. We don't know if he's ready, which he could be running with the ones now. But again, he didn't do it in the game scenarios, which is much different from practice, and we all know that. All right. So
I'm not shocked by anything. I'm not shocked by anything that's up here.
yeah. No, it's all pretty standard. You know, he's doing the thing with Deontay Foreman and
Well, we
Chuba.
knew that.
They're both number twos.
I think I stand by that Foreman as the backup.
I agree. I
stand by Foreman as the backup, bro.
I agree there.
All right.
Yeah, everything else is pretty standard. Pretty standard stuff.
Pretty standard.
Defensive wise, I had to update it because we just signed your boy Henry Anderson. He's third right defensive end. If you look there, this is pretty straightforward as I would think as well. Damian Wilson is a starting middle linebacker. I would thought maybe Corey Littleton would have got that, but
they got him as outside linebacker. Interesting, they only got one middle linebacker there too. That's an interesting one for me. That's an interesting one for me, sir.
I think you got guys that can do it though. We've seen.
Oh yeah, Shaq could play it.
And Littleton can too because he did it. He did in preseason.
Yeah.
Outside of that, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. I think the rookies, when you look at the rookies especially on the defensive side, I think you're gonna see them a lot more than I initially thought. I think Barno is gonna get a lot of burn, bro.
And Brandon Smith too.
Look at some of those third down pass situations. I think they're gonna need a pass rusher. You're gonna come out there, guns a blazing, bro. So again, there we go. Somebody said, yeah, positionless defense. We just talked about it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Nah, he's my boy.
I ain't sleeping on him.
We ain't sleeping. We ain't sleeping on Brandon, man. We ain't sleeping on Brandon at all. We love Brandon Smith over here. Yeah, so we're gonna preview the game on Wednesday, hopefully. And it's gonna be a rough. If he gonna have a rough day, if he does, it should be as expected. It's week 1 of his rookie season, bro, and he's going against one of the top pass rushers in the league. Like, you gotta get that man's gonna take some lumps. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
We're gonna talk about it on Wednesday.
Yeah, we don't know about his case. I haven't heard much from it. I don't know.
No news is good news for now, from that standpoint, in my opinion.
But all right, real quick, follow us at Panther Nation PC. All the good stuff. If you want to become a Patreon member, Panther Nation PC on Patreon.com. Shout out to all the MVPs in the building. Charlton Massey is a new Patreon, man. We appreciate you joining the MVP club. And then the franchise. Shout out to all the franchise guys that we have in the building. We appreciate y'all support. And all of the MVPs. Shout out to Desi. Desi is a new free agent. We appreciate everybody's support to help us help this channel grow. It's great stuff, and we really appreciate it. We do have a MVP giveaway coming up soon. I got to give away. I still got 4 more tickets to give away, I believe. So I still got some game tickets to give away. I got a lot of jerseys I still got to give away. So y'all hang tight. We're gonna give those away. And depending on how I feel, man, I might give one away today. You never know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. All right. Appreciate y'all support on the Patreon. If you had to get, I'm pretty sure too. I'm pretty sure he got one of these joints. Somebody got a burner within the Panthers organization. It's all good. But real quick, we got to give let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. We'll see y'all in about 30 seconds.
What's going on, guys? This is Dave from PNP, and I'm here to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. I just want to remind you that's the easiest place to play. There ain't too many places where you can win 20 times your money in the same night, utilizing higher lowers in the Pick'em game. And now they have Pick'em Insurance, where while you won't win the same amount of money that you did before, you can miss one and still bring home some money. So if you do it 3 times, you could potentially still get your money back if you end up missing one. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up today and use the code PNP when you do. And the $100 deposit match still stands. Underdog Fantasy.
Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. That pick'em insurance is crazy. I don't know how many times I missed one, and I've been
Too
mad I
many.
didn't get this shit.
Too many. I can relate, bro. I think it's great. It's great for the higher lowers for the pick'em game. So, and they're changing some of how they're doing certain things too. So just keep an eye on that. But if you haven't signed up to get an account yet, go for it, guys.
Yep. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. We love Underdog Fantasy. All right. All right. So stat predictions. Not a cutaway. Yeah, we growing up. We growing up. You gotta level up, man. We gotta level up. So all right, let's talk about these stat predictions. And really, what it's not, we can get into the particulars of the stat predictions if y'all want to go into a little bit more depth. But right now, what I did was I just took the prop bets. So the prop bets that are for our essential star players, those are the ones we're gonna go over, and we're gonna take a guess on where they land. All right. So Dave, you ready to get into this, man? Let's do it. All right. So Baker Mayfield, man. Let's talk about Baker. Let's talk about what his season's gonna look like. All right. Dave, I'm going straight to it. Over under 3,700 yards, total passing yards for Baker Mayfield. What you taking on that? If you had to put your money, you had to put a rack on it. You had to put a whole G, a stack. What you gonna do, Dave? Come on, man. What you doing?
That's about two. Hold on. You got me doing math on a Monday night.
So while you look that up, just to give you some context, I'll give you some context.
No, hold on. I'm almost done. Give me 1 second. Hold on. So about 220 a game. If he averages 220 a game, that's the over. I mean, that should be that.
Dave, I gotta go over on this. I gotta go over on this. All right. So let me tell you why. All right. You look at his output throughout his career. He had 3,725 yards his rookie season, 3,827 yards his sophomore season. In 2020, he had 3,563 yards. And then last year, when he was hurt, 3,010 yards. So, bro, I mean, when healthy, he's pretty much
17th game.
And you got a 17th game. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll do the over.
So if he stay healthy, I think he can do it.
Will he break 4,000?
Will he? I think it's gonna be close.
You know, there's only 2 quarterbacks that's ever thrown for 4,000 yards in a season in Panthers history, right?
Cam Newton, Steve Berline.
You're supposed to ask them. They should know. Man. Come on, man, do better.
My bad. The record is Steve Berline 4,436. He's not beating that. He's not gonna beat that. Steve Berline.
Offense ain't good to beat that, bro.
Shout out to Steve Berline, man. We interviewed Steve Berline, and he's a great dude. So shout out to Steve Berline. I don't think that their record's getting beat this year.
And if you was a Patreon, you could have already watched the interview because it's up there.
Facts.
It is up there.
Facts. All right. So what about total passing touchdowns, Dave? What do you think about total passing touchdown? 22 and a half. 22 and a half.
Under,
Dave. So let me give you his history. 27 pass touchdowns rookie year, 22, 2019, 26, 2020, 17, 2021. You think he's gonna go under?
Yep. He might just hit 22. That's the funny part. It'll be so close, bro. I'm taking the under. It can't be even. It's 22 and a half. How are you going to get a half a touchdown, guys?
Yeah, can't be even.
It can't be
push
even.
That.
It's going to be 22.
You
guys with this over is hilarious because you guys don't realize what we're trying to do.
Well, we want to run the football.
Is DJ Moore one of the players on this list?
Yeah, he's up here.
All right, yeah. So we'll keep it moving. We'll have this discussion point when we get to him. Now, what's the next one?
Interceptions, 13 and a half interceptions.
Over.
Yeah, I'll go over on that too. 14 his rookie season, 21 his sophomore season, 8 in 2020. He was balling in 2020. and then 13 last year. So I'm gonna go over on that too. I'm gonna go over. I think he's gonna throw over to 13. He'll hit 14, 15 picks this year. And then Dave, there's a bet.
Another close one. Another close one.
Yeah, and there's another bet, Dave. Why I found it interesting, Dave. 800 comeback player of the year. No dice. You're not taking that bet?
Because the thing is, if he's gonna do that, that means he's gonna have to hit over, and under. And that ain't happening.
Facts.
Not all three. Not all three. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna get comeback player of the year. I'm trying to think who would be in the running. Who tore their ACL last year that could like ball out this year?
Nah, C-Mac is it.
Oh yeah, Christian McCaffrey. If he stays healthy, he's gonna win it.
Yeah, I would put a pretty penny down on C-Mac. I will put a little bit down on C-Mac, just for the hell of it, because I think if he stays healthy, he's absolutely going to be in the running for a comeback player of the year. So yeah, I think C-Mac got that joint in the bag if he just stay healthy. But Dave, over under, we talked about this I think a couple of weeks ago, but over under 1,595 and a half total yards. So it includes rushing and receiving. Where you at?
Over.
Where you at with that? You got that over? Wow. Wow. I'm going under, Dave.
Go back and look at the last 2 years that man was healthy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So yeah, total yards, the last 2 seasons he was healthy. 2019, which was his 2,392 yards, and then 1,965 yards was his last 2 seasons he was healthy. But Dave, what you fail to realize is that even listening to Matt Rule's press conference today, he said that given the amount of football he played, his first, whatever his first 3-4 seasons in the league is not conducive to a healthy player. So he admitted it. He basically admitted that we was running him through the ground, and he's going to be on the field, but they're not going to run him through the dirt. They're actually going to spread the football around. That's what they're saying, Dave. That's what they're saying, bro.
Do you believe
That's
him?
what they're saying.
Do you believe him?
No, I do.
I don't.
The reason why I do is because I see in the actions. You got Foreman. You went out and got Foreman, who balled last year in spell of Henry. He balled. You still got Chuba.
Bam. Bro,
and you got all these receivers, Dave. You got all these receivers that we got, bro. And not to mention, McAdoo likes the tight ends, bro. Pause. So I think that the football gonna be spread around. They're not gonna kill C-Mac, bro. I don't think they're gonna do it.
He'll get 1,600 yards.
Under
1,600 total yards, bro.
Under for CMC.
What's
over
next?
under for total rushing yards.
Now that's tough.
Nah, you gotta say over. No, the bulk of it gotta come from rushing. Yeah, I was about to say that don't make no sense. If you think he's gonna get it, the bulk of it's coming from the rushing, so he gotta go 1,000. He gotta give you 1,000 on the ground.
The thing is, if you're talking about screen passes, the dude averaged almost over 100 targets a season when healthy. So he's gonna get a lot of that from passes too. He could get 1,500 yards doing 8 and 8. You know what I'm saying? 80 catches for like 800 yards. That's not out of the ordinary for him.
No, it's not.
The interesting bet is the third one.
Bro, if he stays healthy and goes 1,000, we'll have 4 wins. Am I right or am I right?
I don't think 4.
Am I right or am I right, Dave? 6 max.
6
max.
6.
If C-Mac goes for 1,000 again, you're gonna have some upset folks on that roster, bro. It's too many good players, man, for us not to. I'm telling you, That's not how it works, bro. You cannot. I love C-Mac, bro, because I hate when we get in these conversations because it seems like I'm a C-Mac hater, but I'm not. I like him. I think he should be used as a weapon. You can't kill him. You can't feed him 58 times a game, bro. That our offense would be too predictable. We're not going to win a lot of games doing that. It'll look great for his individual performance like it did in 2020. I always go back to in 2020 or whenever 2019, whenever he did it. It was a great season for him. We had 5 wins. It's just facts. I'm not being negative. I'm just saying facts.
Now, and I'll keep it a buck. If you guys think that Christian McCaffrey's not going to be able to stay healthy, then you got to do under on everything here.
That's a part of it too. Now I do. Now I say this though. I think he's gonna have over 8 touchdowns though. I think
Even
he's gonna
if
go over
he's
8
healthy.
I think he's gonna go over 8 touchdowns, bro.
That's the scariest one for me. You want to know why?
Because he might get vultured at the goal line.
Vulture. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that if Rule is serious about actually spelling him, he's going to take him out in the red zone and close to the goal line. And so that means he's not going to get that many opportunities to score a touchdown.
But you took him second overall in fantasy, Dave.
I did. And I stand by it. Took him last night. Got a nice little combination. They got Christian McCaffrey, Javonte Williams, and Tyreek Hill. Those were my first 3 picks. Worked out pretty well. But now, I mean,
over 8 touchdowns, Dave.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go over, but like that was the scariest one for me.
8.5
because of the vulture. And I would take that comeback player of the year bet in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
if he's healthy,
yeah,
he's gonna win.
If he's
that
healthy,
shit.
He's gonna get that. Yeah, I think he's gonna get it. So if I'm
$100 win $750, yeah, I'll take that.
I'm thinking about dropping a little cash on that myself, to be honest with you, because I think that's easy money if he stay healthy. If not, it is what it is. But I think I might take that. This is I would take over.
Over.
I take over.
I don't draft the number 2 if it isn't over. I can promise you that. All right, who's the next?
Man,
who's the next?
That's C-Mac. Next, we got DJ Moore. DJ Moore over under receiving yards. This is the easiest bet. I'm taking this wherever over 1,075 yards.
Over.
I'm taking that. That's easy over, bro.
But wait. Wait a minute.
What we waiting for?
It is over. You're right. It's over.
DJ Moore is hate. I mean, Dave, but it's DJ Moore hate.
No, dude. No, don't do that. I'm taking the over.
This is the easiest bet, man. I'm putting money on this too. This is another one I'm putting money on if I got it. I'm putting the money on DJ Moore over. That's easy. He's done nothing but do that. He's killed the past 3 seasons.
What about receptions?
88 receptions. Let me look at his reception total. Now that one, that's tight. Like that, I think that could get tight because you look at his total reception. And in 2019 he had 87. In 2020 he had 66. In 2021 he had 93. So the receptions is tough.
For those who are in the fantasy, I did a breakdown of DJ Moore's fantasy prospect. The one thing that I talked about in that video was the targets. He had the 5th most targets in the National Football League. If he just catches it at a higher, if he just catches it at a couple more higher percentage points, he would have been the 4th best wide receiver in fantasy last year. Like if he just would have caught in the same frequency as the top 4 guys ahead of him in targets, he would have been in the top 5 with him from a fantasy standpoint.
I'm calling it right now. DJ Moore is about to have his best season ever.
He probably will. This is the best.
I'm going 1,300 yards, man.
Oh boy! Remember last
1,300 yards.
1,200.
He ain't gonna see this. He ain't gonna see that I'm the one that's calling.
Well, he never sees it. He don't see it. His brother sees it.
Well, his brother. If his brother's watching this, make sure you tell him. Make sure you tell your brother that Rashad am calling 1,300 yards for DJ Moore. That's what I'm calling. And he got to get over on these touchdowns, though, Dave. That's the biggest.
True story. He's never had more than 4 TDs in a season.
Never had more than 4 touchdowns.
I talked about that too. Everybody that was ahead of him had at least 8 TDs. If that man just gets to 6, we talking. Yo, talking
Justin
like
funny. Yo, look at Justin, yo. That's funny, yo. Yo, that's funny. 1,500 yards and 3 touchdowns.
The TDs matter, bro. When it comes to fantasy football, and who knows what his incentives are, them TDs matter, bro. Like, you can't be. And he was a top 20 guy with only 4 TDs. He had 4 TDs in each season the last 3 years. During this 1,200-yard streak, 4 TDs, which is wild to me.
That's
when
crazy,
I look the numbers up, man, wild to me, bro. Just wild.
I'm going 13. I'm going 1,300 and 5 touchdowns. That's what I'm going.
How many receptions though?
I'm nervous. I'm gonna go 80.
You know what? 90. I think he's gonna get 90 this year. I think he's gonna break 90 this year. I think he's gonna finally.
I do think he gets a lot of quick passes, and he's gonna kill on the yak. That's what McAdoo's offense is about: getting those quick passes and letting the yak guys work. So that's what I'm. And before
I'm sure nobody said it. It's like, well, C-Mac's back. He's gonna impact C-Mac. No. C-Mac impacts everybody else. C-Mac don't impact DJ Moore. DJ Moore was getting his when he was healthy too.
Facts. DJ gonna get his. DJ
getting his. If he don't get his, it's more on Baker than him. I can tell you that right now. That means Baker ain't done with
Look at Dave. Look at Dave trying to get in DJ Moore good graces.
Look, man, me and DJ are tight, man. I don't know why you out here trying to create the slander.
Hey, I hope it's the brother watching this so you can report back all the greatness we talking about. DJ. Look at how we flip script when we get pressed though. We ain't shit, Dave. Look, we phony. We phony, Dave.
Let me be clear. All I did was give you guys the data. That's what the data showed. The data shows what the data showed. That's how I knew he was talking about me, because he didn't want to hear about fantasy, because it was about the data. The target share is freaking awesome, but it's about the catch percentage. If he ups his catch percentage, he's top 5 wide receiver. No, I'm not. I'm not phony.
You phony, man.
Go back to the tape. Tape says
flip flop McGee over this mug.
I know you ain't talking.
Hey, I called
1,200 yard Kelvin Benjamin.
Yo, I own mine, Dave. Listen, I was wrong. Mine.
I have not. I've been consistent. It was about the fantasy data for me. It's been about the fantasy data. It's been about the data. That's what the data shows.
And how many of y'all was around? Hey, I want to know how many of y'all was around when I called 1,300 for KB, yo. That's what I want to know.
It was 1,200.
Let's say 12.
Either way, it was still too damn much.
Where are the folks at when I called that? Where the OGs at? I stand by that, bro. So first of all, I'm a Florida State fan, so I love KB. So I was a Florida State fan. I'm not a Florida State fan anymore.
You don't know what you are now. They won. They did their thing over the weekend.
They're not about to sucker me in. They just beat a mediocre LSU squad. They ain't about to sucker me in, B. I'm a former LSU fan. A former FSU fan. I go back to
former FSU fan.
FSU. I'm a former FSU fan. The Jameis KB did, that was the last hurrah. After they got rid of Jimbo, I was done. I was done for real. After they got rid of Jimbo, that was it for me. Hey, it is what it is, man.
He is, man. He had a shirt on. He had a shirt on when I came by the crib over the weekend. It was weird, bro. It was weird. It was weird seeing you in a different shade.
I got tuition payments going there, B. It's different. You gotta change.
That's how it works. No, that's how it works, man. Look, man. I ain't got that too many other. I got a lot of A&T shirts in my house. A lot. All right.
So all right. Yeah, that was a good conversation. My bad. All right. So now we got to go to the defensive side of football because there were no prop bets for anybody else. That was it for the offense. Dave, this is a good one. Brian Burns over under 10 sacks.
Push.
Yeah, that's where I was going to. I'm gonna push that one too. I think he gets 10.
If it was 9.5, I'll probably do the over. It was 10.5.
Yeah. He gonna get double digit,
under. Bro. Yeah, I think he's gonna hit it right at 10, bro. I think he's gonna hit it right at 10.
I'm gonna be honest with. Okay, let me ask y'all this. I need some real shit right now. Y'all got to keep it a buck. How disappointed would you be if Brian Burns didn't have 10 sacks? At least 10.
Would he get paid? That's the better question.
50 option already taken.
Sign him? Huh?
50 option already taken.
No,
at least around for one more year.
But would they try to extend him after this year?
50 option already there. 16.
No,
16
but
M's.
past
I hear what
the
you're
fifth year
saying.
option. Yeah.
But he would have a whole other season to prove it then.
Sure.
So that's what I'm saying. That's really irrelevant because they got a whole nother season. If he could just play on the 5th-year option, and it is what it is. But this is essentially, like Dave is saying, for all intents and purposes, a contract year for Brian Burns.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how disappointed y'all would be if he don't hit 10.
They're gonna be picking on the spin move, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little disappointed, man. I think he'll get it. He gonna hit 10. I think he's gonna hit 10. I think
he'll get 10.
But I think people are gonna be a little bit disappointed if he don't. They already don't.
Truth be told, if you keep it a buck, he needs to go over this number if you want to keep it a buck.
I think 10 is where he needs to be at. I think 10 is. That's why I think this is.
Remind me how many sacks he got last year. I
think he's never hit double digits, but I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, he gotta break it this year, man. You know, and he's got the speed to do it. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to watch. Keep an eye on that.
He had 9 last year and 9 the year before, and then 7.5.
That's why
he's knocking right there, bro. Yeah, he's knocking on it.
Yeah, that's why it's a push for me.
Yeah, I think he'll get 10.
You know what? Over.
So if you had to put a rack on it, you would go over.
I'll go over. 10.5 sacks, I win, bro. I forgot I can get half in this shit.
Yeah, you can get half in this. That's true.
Yeah. I'll go over.
And Brian Burns, he does over pursue sometimes. That's just the nature of it.
If he gets half those sacks, I win.
If he gets half the ones he misses, then he's straight. But yeah, man. So shout out to Brian Burns, man. I'm looking forward to. I think he'll have a monster. See, I think this is his year, bro. I think he'll have a monster year. He's in the top 100 now. You know, he's gonna have to show up because people got it out for him. Everybody knows about him now. He's in the top 100. Spotlight gonna be on him. So it is what it is. It is what it is, man. And I do think Derrick Brown gonna help him out too. Derrick Brown, him stepping his game up. It's gonna be fire too. But yeah, man, Brian Burns. Any more over unders for him?
Nah, we good there, man.
Tackles, good. All right, so JC was the only other defensive player that I saw over under 2.5 interceptions, Dave.
Over.
I'm going over on that too, bro. I'm going over in a full season.
Picks?
Yeah, I think 3 is attainable for JC as long as he stay healthy.
The only fear I have is that if he gets respected as a shutdown corner, then 3's gonna be hard to get.
They won't throw him. Yeah, they won't go at him.
But I think they're gonna, because he didn't really have a full rookie year. I think they're gonna try to pick on him a couple times and see what happens. Might have some disappointment there. About a quarterback,
Yeah,
we'll see.
Because remember in three games last year he did have 1 last year, so yeah. I think he'll definitely hit that.
If you interpolate that, then you're gonna get like 5 or 6, give or take 5 to 6 picks. So you just win every 3 games. I win that bet, buddy. I had that bet locked up by week 10.
Yeah, I take this. I take this bet quick. But yeah, that was the only other over under we had. Only other prop bet. I don't think Shaq or anybody else had any. Jen didn't have any. The only ones they had were like defensive MVP or player of the year. Those were only other ones. So those were all the prop bets. Dave, last one. The Panthers over under 6.5 wins.
Over.
Put a rack on it. What you doing, Dave?
Over. We'll win at least 7.
What? Set what?
We'll win at least 7.
Positive Dave?
No, we'll win at least 7. We'll win at least 7. Honestly, truth be told, is this the last slide?
That's the last one, I think.
All right. So we can go over the schedule real quick. I mean, if you ask me right now, 6.5, 7's attainable. Pull it up on my computer, on my iPad real quick. Let me see here. All right. We got the preseason. I don't care. So we got the Browns. That's a W.
W.
That's the Giants. That's a W. It should be a W.
Should be.
Saints at home. That should be a W. Arizona's the W. San Francisco's a L. Rams is an L. Bucks at home is probably an L too. We'll get one of the Falcons games, so that's another win. That's 5. At Cincinnati, that's an L. At Ravens, that's an L. At the Broncos, that's an L. At Seattle should be a win. So we're at 6. At the Steelers, home against the Steelers, that's probably going to be an L. Even though we got a shot, depending on that situation, but it'll probably end up being an L. Week 16, that's a W. So there's your 7 wins right there. There's your 7 wins. And then at that point, if you got garbage time with the Saints, if the Saints make the playoffs, that might be 8. That means Rule's going to be here next year. So, yeah. Yes, that's right. I said that we're going to start 4-0. Because that's the only way I can see us getting 7 wins. I don't see no other path. I don't see no other path unless you can fish one out. We've had the Cardinals number. We got the Saints at home. The toughest game is week 1 against Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the Giants are going to be. So we'll see. And I think
we started 3-0 last year. Why is that so blasphemous?
Yeah, what is the problem here? Unless you got if we lose to Cleveland at home week 1, then this could get ugly fast because that should be a much easier game without Deshaun Watson there. But we got to be able to stop the run with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb there at the helm. And we got to be able to neutralize Myles Garrett. Huh?
That's why they went and got Henry Anderson today, so we can stop the run.
Yeah, so when you start thinking about that standpoint, you shouldn't be shocked, guys. We started 3-0 and ended up 5-12 at the end of the year. Remember? Y'all remember? Y'all don't remember? I remember.
I remember too.
I remember we had the Sam Darnold panic meter and all that shit. I remember that shit vividly. So
got to bring.
And if C-Mac's healthy,
you trying to bring the meter back for Baker, yo? Or he's out? He good?
No, he don't deserve the Baker. He don't.
He's better than the meter. That's fair.
No, he's better.
That's fair enough.
That's not fair.
Fair enough.
Now I will say, all you rule truthers, 7 wins ain't gonna be enough to get rid of him. So I think Tep is gonna give him another year if he only gets 7 wins. And quite frankly, I the more I think about it, the more I expect it at this point. I think because of that contract, I think I'm starting to cave into the whole length of the contract thing. Because I think the bottom's got to fall off for them to decide to go with another coach. We're talking 3-14, 4-13.
If you look at it in the context though, he's got a lot of NFL experience on his sideline now. So, the excuses are starting to run out. The talent is there. The coaching staff is there. If you can't get it done, I hear y'all with the length of the contract. I'm not saying he's gonna be out of here. I don't think he's got to be that. I don't think we got to be like a 2-win team for him to get canned though. If it's bad and it ends I think there's a lot of nuance to it.
I think if he wins 5 games again, he's gone. I think 5 and below, he's out of here. 6 probably get him out of here too. I think 7 and up, I think he's safe. I think he's safe for 7 and up. I think a 2-game improvement would be enough to give him a short leash going into the next season. But I don't think 6 wins is going to do it, and 5 and below, you can forget it. He's gone. And the thing is, I'm taking the over here. If we lose to Cleveland, that puts us back down to 6. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Nah, 7 is enough for him to get a chance to start the season next year. 8, he's safe. But the thing is, a 7-win or 8-win Panthers team, what the hell are we going to do with Baker Mayfield if that happens? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
those are the things that's going to be the problem. That's going to be the challenges.
It would depend on his stats. Like if the offense is like maybe top 10, but the defense was the one that sucked, maybe you can have that conversation. But I think there's a lot of different nuance when you talk about these scenarios. It could go, everything depends on something. So I think we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the season. We got week 1 coming up, going against the Browns, and we're gonna preview that one. I got a Browns YouTuber I'm pulling up with, and we're gonna preview it on Wednesday. And yeah, it should be fun. A lot of Baker banter. It's gonna be had, and it should be fun. Should be good stuff. Should be good stuff.
Baker banter. A lot of Baker
banter, man. Baker banter.
Baker banter.
They hate him, and he's our guy now. So we got to rock with it.
They hate him now. They hate him.
They don't like Baker over there, man.
I thought there was some pockets that liked him. I think it's just
maybe some. You got the Baker stands who gonna like him wherever he goes because of OU. He said, "I hate him too." That's fun. Don't do Baker like that, man.
Don't do Baker like that, man. He just got here. He can't be worse than Sam Darnold, right?
But
you know what I just thought about, bro?
What's up?
The over/under interceptions. Because I think the record for franchise history is 17, ain't it? What's the record? What's the record for interceptions in the season?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
I know at one Darnold was on pace. Let me see here. Let me find out.
I do not know the answer to that one, man. 18,
896.
Jake threw 18. That's what they're saying.
I didn't think it was Jake. I thought it was Kerry Collins. But it might be Jake.
I don't know.
Let me find out. Oh, definitely Kerry Collins.
Yeah, 21. There we go.
21 in 1997.
21. Yep.
Matter of fact, are you guys hating Jake? Are you guys hating Jake? Kerry Collins got the first 2. Then Chris Winkie got 19. Steve Berline had 18 in one season. Jake Delhomme had 18 in one season. That was a 2009 season, ironically enough. And then Kyle Allen.
Yeah.
Kyle has 17. I mean, Cam had 17. Kyle Allen had 16. So, yeah, man. Kerry Collins was the master. And the season that he got 21 interceptions, he only threw for 11 touchdowns. Terrible. But all right, man. But I will say Jake Delhomme's up here a lot, and so is Cam. But, that's kind of expected. Cam played a lot of seasons here, so that's expected. All right.
Yeah, that being said, man, nice quick show. Get y'all off to Clemson, and y'all, if y'all want to watch that game, there's a lot of other stuff going on. They are playing. I don't know. They are playing Georgia Tech.
Oh, okay. That should be an easy one.
Georgia Tech. Yeah, they're gonna watch them.
That should be easy one.
But yeah, man, nice quick one. Happy Labor Day for all of those that had it off. I had it off, and I did have class tonight. That's why I'm here early. And yeah, should be good stuff.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who got the day off today. And then the reality that you got to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's me.
So that's me too. But I got Thursday off. So I only got to go to work for 2 days. And then I get another day off. And then I got Friday.
All right. So that being said, man, we're getting out of here. Quick show for y'all. We're going to be tapped in. Season's about to get going.
For those in the PNP league, drafts at 9 p.m., guys. Draft is at 9 p.m. And I'm gonna. And I told you my handle is right. My handle is right here. Yeah, that's what they say.
That's not it. Bro. No, Spurs that's not what they say. That's not what
they say. That is what they say. That is what they say. No. Have you been seeing your Twitter hashtags, sir?
I have seen shirts that say "Go Cox." That's what they do. They like the Cox.
Go Look, Cox. Real talk.
Say it, Dave.
They almost. No. So I never said it. Never ever. So like I said, drafts at 9:00. What else I was going to say? Drafts at 9:00. Hit my Twitter handles. Send me a DM, and I'm going to try to set up an auction lead for Wednesday night. All right. I want to do an auction lead. I'm not in any auction leagues, and I want to do one. So I will set up a PPR auction lead. I want to get 10 teams. If we get 12, cool, but I want 10. I want at least 10. But all right, guys. I'm out.
That being said, we out. We got the preview coming up on Wednesday. And then, we got the game on Sunday, and I'll be doing I'm going to hit the streets. I'm going to get some footage from the streets, Dave. I'm going to try to do some interviewing with the people. We'll see if I can get it done. If it's not raining. Yeah, I heard it's supposed to.
If it's anything like the day, bro. We out here got floods on highways, bro.
But see, good thing about me, and good thing about my tickets is that it's covered. So I won't get wet even if it is raining. That's the benefits of having club seats, club seats. And if it is, I just go inside and watch the game. So it's
the suites was nice this weekend. I'll tell you that. For the game on Saturday,
the suite was fire, man.
Freaking fire, bro. And we got rid of everything too. We didn't have no liquor left, no.
No, we ain't had shit. No
everything
food.
Was gone, bro.
It was all gone, man. Shit got cleared up.
That was perfect, bro.
It was expensive enough too, though. But
yeah, but it was perfect. I was more concerned about making sure we didn't waste any of it.
Nah, yeah, we cleaned that up. But shout out to everybody. We'll hit y'all up on next week after we recap the game. All right. Like, subscribe, notification bell. We out. Say it, Dave. Go Cox.
Peace.
Peace out.
No. You're gonna click that button.